الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسوله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. الحديث عن أبي عبد الرحمن عبد الله بن مسعود رضي الله تعالى عنه قال: حدثنا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم وهو الصادق المصدوق قال: إن أحدكم يجمع خلقه في بطن أمه 40 يوما نطفة ثم يكون علقة مثل ذلك ثم يكون مضغة مثل ذلك ثم يرسل إليه الملك فينفخ فيه الروح ويؤمر ب4 كلمات: بكتب رزقه وأجله وعمله وشقي أو سعيد. فوالله الذي لا إله غيره إن أحدكم ليعمل بعمل أهل الجنة حتى ما يكون بينه وبينها إلا ذراع فيسبق عليه الكتاب فيعمل بعمل أهل النار فيدخلها. وإن أحدكم ليعمل بعمل أهل النار حتى ما يكون بينه وبينها إلا ذراع فيسبق عليه الكتاب فيعمل بعمل أهل الجنة فيدخلها. رواه البخاري ومسلم. The translation narrated Abdullah ibn Mas'ud, may Allah be pleased with him, that the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, and he is a Sadiq al-Masduq, the one who's always telling the truth and the one that's always believed to say the truth. Every one of you is being a fetus, or the creation of every one of you in the womb of his mother go through stages. 40 days he is nutfa, the drop of the semen that comes from the father. ثم يكون علقة مثل ذلك. The second stage is the علقة, something that hangs like a leech. ثم يكون مضغة مثل ذلك. The third stage is he is a mudgha, or something, a piece of flesh, as if somebody chew on it. ثم يرسل إليه الملك, and then an angel, special angel, will be sent to this fetus to blow the ruh, or the life in it. And this angel will be ordered to record down and write down 4 things: رزقه, his provision, how much he is going to acquire in his life; أجله, his time, lifespan; عمله, his action, all of his actions; شقي أم سعيد, is he going to be happy, being in heaven, or doomed in the hellfire. And then Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, by the one in whose hand my soul is, swearing by Allah, some of you, or one of you, may work the actions of the people of Jannah until he is 1 arm span from Jannah, and then he will do the action of the people of fire, and he will be dying on that, and he will go to the hellfire. And one of you may be doing the actions of the hellfire until it's just an arm span between him and the hellfire, and he will do the action of the people of Jannah and die on that, and he will make it to Al-Jannah. What do we learn quickly from this hadith, since this is a short talk? This hadith is the 4th hadith in Al-Arba'in al-Nawawiyya, the 40th hadith collected by Imam al-Nawawi, believed to be the most comprehensive hadith. This hadith is simply talking about our beginning and our end. Everybody's beginning and everybody's end. We're not talking about fetus that is your son or daughter. We're talking about you and your son and daughter and your father and every single person of us. Allah talked about this in the Quran very, very clear, that this is one of the miracles, the scientific miracles that the hadith and the ayat are mentioning, are talking about it in detail. Stages. The first stage is a drop, or alaqa, nutfa. Second stage, third stage. There is no way whatsoever for somebody like Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, living over 1,000 years ago, to know these details that we discovered later on, very recently, with all of these details, with the description, alaqa, something that the closest thing to it is a leech. It keeps growing in the second stage. The first stage, as the scientists are telling us, doctors, it lasts for like a week, about 6 days, nutfa, until this drop, which is called the zygote. And then in this stage, this zygote turns into something else, which is يضرب في جدار الرحم كأنه جذور يعني. It gets into blood through the rahim, which is exactly like a leech. A leech was which is kind of an insect, if you like, or a worm that gets into the skin and sucks the blood. That's very close to it in how it works and how it looks, which is al-mudgha, al-nutfa, al-alaqa. And then al-mudgha, the third stage, it turns into a flesh the body parts starting not taking shape, but it looks like as if somebody chewing it. The head, the hands is not clear. It is clear towards the end of this stage, which scientists said it lasts until the day 24 or 26 from the semen getting to the rahim or the womb. And then after that, ثم أنشأناه خلقا آخر فتبارك الله أحسن. It turns into another creation. And scholars for decades, majority of them, not decades, for centuries before all of these scientific facts, took this hadith literally and understood it as life is being given, according to the literal meaning of the hadith, being given to the fetus after 40, after 120 days, which turns to be wrong. And even the hadith, many other hadith is inside Muslim, يقول ثم the creation of one of you in the womb of his mother is there until he is 42 days, then the angel is being sent. فنفخ الروح, according to the newly scientific facts, and even some of the ahadith, happens shortly after the first 40 days, between 40 and 45 days. This is where you start seeing movements. This is where the blood starts, working. The heart. And all of these function happen. Probably nobody can say for sure it's at this time, but it's not before the 40 days. It is not before the first 40 days, but definitely it is not at 120 days, because at this time it is almost a full human being. It is not a alaqa, it's not a mudgha or anything. It is khalqan akhar for sure. What is the difference? One is, what do we learn from that? We learn that this is our beginning. This is all our beginning, and every life matters, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent a specific angel, malak makhsus, for you, responsible for al-arwah, all the anfus, souls, and he is ordered to record down. It's not a machine process where you have a template and then the machine keeps going one after the other. No. The creation of every single person of us is so special that when this moment comes, by the permission of Allah, Allah sends an angel, and the angel will be commanded directly by Allah to record down the happenings, what's going to happen to that person. How does it work? In another hadith, even though it's not as authentic, Allah will say, go to al-Kitab, go to al-Lawh al-Mahfuz, فاكتب قصة هذا الجنين. Take the whole story of that person from there. He will take a copy from al-Lawh al-Mahfuz, the preserved tablet, which is the qadar, lawh, that has everything that will happen until the day of judgment. The other point is fiqhi, whether the ruh is being given to the person at 120 days or 40, 42, 45 days, it's going to make a huge difference. Because if the person, miscarriage happened, after the ruh is being given to the person, he's going to be dealt with as a human being. يغسل, he has to be washed as a body, he has to be prayed for, because this is ruh, فيها الروح But before that, nobody prays in it. And many other rules in nifas. If it is after the ruh is being given to it, then the mother has to go through the afterbirth bleeding and nifas with all of its rules. She's not going to pray, she's not going to fast, she has to make up for the fast, not the prayer. But if it happens before the ruh is given to him, then it's not nifas, it's not going to be dealt with. If somebody attacked her or something and she has to abort because of that, then it's going to be dealt with differently, and some other rules as well. That's all going to be depending on whether it is 40 days or 120 days, but obviously all the clear scientific facts, and even the understanding of the hadith, other hadith, is that the ruh is given much earlier than 120 days, 40 to 45 days. The other thing is about al-qadr. Hearing that from Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, somebody said, فَكِيمَ الْعَمَلُ يَا رَسُولَ اللَّهِ. Why do we work then? Everything is written down, recorded. Why do we work? And Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam answered in a very simple way. قَالَ اعْمَلُوا. You have to work. You go ahead and work. فَكُلُّ مُيَسَّرٌ لِمَا خُلِقَ لَهُ. Everybody is going to be facilitated. It's going to be made easy for everybody, whatever he is created for. Does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, astaghfirullah, hasha lillah, خلقنا عبثا? He said no, he did not create us عبثا, out of playing, out of just having fun or something. No, it's not. This is not the point. Allah knows, because He is God, He is creator. If He does not know the future, what's going to happen, وحاشا, He's gonna disqualify to be a God. But we do not know. You do not know. You do not assume that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is dooming you, Allah doesn't doom anybody. وَهَدَيْنَاهُ النَّجْدَيْنِ. Allah guides everybody both ways. And you choose. And you choose whichever way that you want to go. Yes, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows your choice ahead of time. Just like you know the choice of your son. وَلِلَّهِ الْمَثَلُ الْأَعْلَى. You know, your son, you take care of him since day one. When he's 5, 6, or 20, or 30, you know if he is given two choices, you know which choice he will go for because you know him so close. You don't want Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to know what you're going to choose or what's going to happen to you. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, فَأَمَّا مَنْ أَعْطَى وَاتَّقَى وَصَدَّقَ بِالْحُسْنَى فَسَنُيَسِّرُهُ. You do good, you believe in the husna, and you believe in good thing, Allah will make it easy for you. وَأَمَّا مَنْ بَخِلَ وَاسْتَغْنَى وَكَذَّبَ بِالْحُسْنى. Those who prefer the other, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will also make it the same way. خلينا ناخد آخر نقطة بعدين لك أخ أبو عبيد. The last thing is, what about the person who works good all of his lifetime and then shortly before his death, يختم له بالسوء, he will do something bad and he go to the hellfire. And the opposite. Another narration from the hadith, reading from, actually not only a deen, reading in any science, in anything that's not as simple and easy, reading into it from somebody who does not have everything, all the details, will lead to confusion sometimes. If you read only this hadith, there's no point. But the other narration of the hadith is فِيمَا يَبْدُو لِلنَّاسِ. This word will make all the difference. He works good all of his lifetime in what appears to people. He is outside, what you see is good, but inside he is munafiq, he is hypocrite. He doesn't do it for the sake of Allah, he does it for something else. Because of that, يختم له بالسوء. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, at the end of his life, he will do something bad that he will be seized on or taken on. The opposite, somebody could be doing in what appears to people bad things, but in his heart he is pure. He is mukhlis lillah. He is suffering because of his sin. And when what looks to people he is doing bad, end of his life he will do something good. يقبضه الله عليه خاتمة, and he will go to Jannah inshallah. We don't want to extend the hadith, but Brother Bu'aid, if you have something quick, تفضل إن شاء الله.
I just wanted to ask about فيما يبدو الناس.
جزاك الله خير. was answered. بارك الله فيكم وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم.